be talking about the book. It's kind of a funny story by Ned Vizzini, and this book is really great. Don't get me wrong, I love this book so much. It has so many good parts of it, and there's a lot of inspiring parts. So the author Ned Vizzini himself went through all the stuff that he's going to be talking about the book. So the book is about the main character Craig, who goes into a mental hospital. He gets himself into it, and I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, so just read the book. But the book is actually worth it. But there's just a few things, just those little things that get to me. I don't know how to explain it, but just they get to my heart. Craig, that kid, man, he's too senti for me. I can't handle it. Okay, he's not that senti, but he has those little things that really get me angry. When I first opened the book, it was so weird. He's the narrator of the book, okay? So when he was narrating the book, Ned Vizzini himself, no offense if you're watching this, but I feel like himself, he tried to make it sound all hip and thug. So weird. I was sitting there reading it and I was like, what? So, yo son, pass it on.
No, yo, that's true, yo.
You didn't know me, B.
Nah.
No.
I do.
You sure?
I got you.
Yo.
Keep it this way, B. Keep it real, yo. Real.
That's good. The book, my friend was pass it on, son. Who says that? You know what? I keeps it reals. I keeps it eels. What's wrong with you? But honestly, it just got to me. The first page, I had to read that page 50, 20 times over just to understand it. I was like, this makes no sense. This is what he says. Have you ever noticed how in all ads on TV, people are watching TV, and my friend was like, pass it on, son. My other friend was like, no, yo, that's true. My other friend is like, there's always somebody on a couch unless it's an allergy ad and field, or the horse on a beach, and the ads are always about herpes. It makes no sense. Because my friend was I told you talk like that. He's one of those kids. You know, those kids in your class? Those kids, man. He's one of those kids. Who's there with good averages and making you feel like shit. This kid, he got a 96 average in the most highest school, and if you go to this school, you're considered to be successful in anything. He has a 96. Can I just say this? A 96 average. Fam, I'm here praying to God I pass my courses and happy if I get a 70 at least as my average. You're here with a 96 and crying? Yo, don't you just hate those kids? Those kids, man, and who's just ashamed of their grades, goes through your mind. You have a 96 and I got 99 problems, and that's one of them. Crying over a 96. Your parents are not there when you go home, pressuring you, telling you have a bad grade. They're there telling you, good job, Craig, keep it up. You live in one of those families, and you have a 96? You know those families that give you oatmeal in the morning when you wake up, fresh pancakes, bacon, eggs? Man, I live in a family when I wake up in the morning, I smell the torka, the haldi. That's how you know it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, yo, I'll see you later, yo. I'm gonna go to my seat. Aye, okay, bye. Yo, how do you think you did on your test, man? I'm pretty sure I failed, man. I'm just praying to God I got at least a 70 or a 50, man. I hope I pass, man.
I don't even think I got 100%.
Fam,
I'm supposed to get 100%.
Yo, man, if I just need a 50, man. I'm already failing this course, man. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a living on the street. I'm gonna be a failure.
Don't worry, yo, I will too, man.
You real shit?
Yeah.
You got each other's back?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, I got
Don't worry,
you.
got this.
Yo, get my test, yo. I got a 50! Yo, I passed! Yo, what's wrong? What you get?
I'm an 80. I'm With your 80%. Get out of here, yo. Ow. Ow.
Lastly, there's one more thing that gets on my nerve about Craig. He's a hardworking kid, and he would go do anything to obtain his goals. And because of that, he forgets to balance everything. He wanted to get into his Manhattan school, so he worked so hard. He got these books from these bookstore, and he just kept working hard to get them, got perfect in them. He isolated himself because he wanted to get into his school, so he isolated himself in this in his room, so he could have no interactions with others. He could make no friends. He made flash. Craig, you need to realize, if you get something wrong, it doesn't matter. You're not perfect. Nobody is. That's why a pencil has an eraser at the end of it, because it makes mistakes as well. That's what I'm bound to say, because today's society, kids are so pressured in their academics to do well, and teachers they don't realize that other kids have other assignments to do too, and just keep piling on top of each other, causing them to explode. And you can't have a social life, and you need to keep relationships with others. But Craig, really, you need to learn to balance everything. That's what life is, and you don't do it. All you do is just stress about it last minute, and then you start freaking out. That's not good. And you only have one friend, and he's not even a good friend. He's whatever friend. You can't even talk to him. You lost the girl of your dreams, for God's sake. You loved her, but you lost her because you were too scared to talk to her. You couldn't admit your feelings because you have social anxiety. At the party you went at Aaron's house, you were there with your scotch, and you were just looking at Aaron's dad's old albums, and all you did was you got high and you got drunk at the same time, but you fell asleep. A girl was gonna hook up with you, but you just let it go because you're too awkward. Society today has put so much pressure on students to do their best. I get work is amazing and we need to work hard to obtain our goals, but we also need to have relationships with others, as in friendships, and we need to be connected with each other. We can't just be isolated. Without relationships, you will not go. And Craig, you need to go to become something in life. Otherwise, those are the only things that get me on my nerve about him. He is a very amazing character. This book is very great. It's so inspiring. Like I said in the beginning, it really got to me. If you're looking for a book to read this. But these are the few things that got me on my nerves. Craig is a really great character, and I get where he's coming from. He's stressing too much. He wants to be a perfectionist, and he wants to be perfect, but he can't be perfect. He needs to realize there's no perfect. Alright, yo, that was it for today. And this was my friend Sheena. She was in the thing. She was the thug and the genius, so basically Craig, and not Craig the thug genius. Shut up. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and that's it. Bye bye.